The gods of Olympus have abandoned me. Now there is no hope.
The gods do not forget those who come to their aid.
Welcome, travelers, to the Midnight Mission. I am Mr.Pryor, and tonight's mission is about vengeance and redemption. Released in 2005, God of War is an action-adventure game developed by Santa Monica Studio and published by Sony Computer Entertainment. Set in the rich tapestry of Greek mythology, the game follows the story of Kratos, a Spartan warrior whose quest for vengeance against Ares, the god of war, drives the narrative. This analysis explores the game's complex themes, including vengeance, redemption, and the human condition, and how these themes are intertwined with its mythological backdrop and character development. At the heart of God of War is Kratos' relentless pursuit of vengeance. The story begins with Kratos' desperate plea to the gods after being betrayed by Ares, who tricked him into murdering his own family. This act of betrayal sets Kratos on a path of revenge, marked by brutal violence and unyielding fury. Kratos' quest is emblematic of the ancient Greek tragic hero, whose pursuit of vengeance leads to a cycle of violence and suffering. Driven by guilt and anger, Kratos embodies the tragic flaw of hubris, believing that he can defy the gods and change his fate. This hubris is a central theme in Greek tragedy, illustrating how personal ambition and anger can lead to one's downfall. The game's depiction of vengeance is both personal and universal. Kratos' pain and rage resonate with the player's own experiences of loss and betrayal, making his quest both a personal journey and a reflection on the broader human condition. His transformation from a man driven by vengeance to one seeking redemption highlights the destructive nature of rage and the possibility of finding peace through confronting one's past. God of War explores the theme of fate versus free will through its narrative and gameplay. Kratos' actions are deeply influenced by his desire for revenge, yet he is also manipulated by the gods, who control his destiny. The game's portrayal of Greek mythology emphasizes the idea that the gods are capricious and often indifferent to the struggles of mortals. Kratos' struggle against his fate is a reflection of the larger philosophical debate about the extent of human free will versus predetermined destiny. His journey illustrates the tension between personal agency and external forces that shape one's path. Despite his attempts to control his fate, Kratos is constantly entangled in the machinations of the gods, suggesting that true freedom is elusive and that one's actions are often constrained by forces beyond their control. The game's climax, where Kratos confronts Ares and ultimately defeats him, represents a moment of personal triumph, but also raises questions about the nature of freedom and the cost of achieving it. Kratos' victory over Ares does not lead to a resolution of his internal conflicts, highlighting the notion that even when one overcomes external obstacles, the internal struggle remains. Kratos' journey is not only about vengeance, but also about the search for redemption. Throughout the game, Kratos is haunted by his past deeds and the murder of his family, which drives him to seek absolution. His encounters with various mythological figures, such as the Oracle of Athens and the Titan Kronos, force him to confront his past and his own guilt. The theme of redemption is central to Kratos' character arc. Despite his brutal and vengeful nature, there are moments where his humanity shines through. His interactions with characters like Athena and his ultimate sacrifice to save Athens reveal a deeper complexity to his character. Kratos is not merely a vessel of rage, but a man seeking to atone for his sins and find some semblance of peace. The final act of the game, where Kratos ascends to become the new god of war, represents both a resolution and a continuation of his struggle. While he achieves his goal of vengeance, it comes with a heavy price, as Kratos is left to grapple with the consequences of his actions and the emptiness that follows his victory. The game's setting in Greek mythology provides a rich backdrop for its narrative, drawing on classic myths and legends to create a world where gods and mortals interact in complex and often violent ways. The portrayal of characters like Ares, Athena, and the Titans is rooted in traditional mythological stories, but the game also adds its own twists to these tales, blending myth with its own original narrative elements. The use of mythology serves not only as a setting, but also as a means of exploring the game's themes. The gods' involvement in Kratos' story underscores the idea that divine forces often shape human destinies, reflecting the belief that fate is intertwined with the will of the gods. This interplay between mythological elements and narrative themes enhances the game's exploration of vengeance, fate, and redemption. The visual and gameplay design of God of War complements its narrative themes. The game's intense combat system, characterized by its brutal and visceral action, reflects Kratos' inner turmoil and rage. The dynamic camera angles and cinematic presentation immerse the player in Kratos' world, enhancing the emotional impact of his journey. The game's visual style, with its detailed depictions of ancient Greece and its mythological creatures, creates a sense of epic scale and grandeur. The blend of mythology and modern game design elements allows for a compelling and immersive experience, making Kratos' story both engaging and visually stunning. God of War 2005 is a powerful exploration of vengeance, redemption, and the human condition, set against the rich tapestry of Greek mythology. Through Kratos' journey, the game delves into themes of fate and free will, illustrating the destructive nature of rage and the complexity of seeking absolution. The game's blend of mythological elements, intense combat, and emotional narrative creates a memorable and impactful experience, making it a landmark title in the action-adventure genre. Kratos' story is a poignant reminder of the consequences of hubris and the possibility of redemption, offering a deep and multifaceted exploration of the human condition. As players guide Kratos through his tumultuous journey, they are invited to reflect on their own struggles and the nature of vengeance and forgiveness. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the story of God of War, don't forget to like and subscribe for more in-depth analyses of your favorite games. Share your thoughts on Kratos' journey in the comments below, and let me know which game you'd like me to explore next. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a safe night.